embodying that spirit, we have today Iman from Iman's League. Iman is a frontman for the legendary band Iman's League. He's also a father, a teacher, and a solo performer as well. He's just wrapped up his successful debut European tour with Iman's League and will soon release, I believe it's his 8th or 9th studio album in July as well. So Iman will talk about his early roots in the punk movement, his journey as a punk rock and roller, and what it means to be a punk in Singapore's context. So can we get a big round of applause for Iman?
Hi, good morning. I'm going to warn you first. I'm not a good speaker. This is really something new that I get myself into today. Even at my workplace, I always try to not do presentation. Yeah. So I'm a different person when you talk to me one-on-one, and I'm a different person when I'm on stage, and I'm a different person when I'm with my students. Yeah, so like what you mentioned just now, I'm a full-time secondary school music teacher. I'm a father of two boys. So I've been in the music industry, the underground subculture music industry for the past almost 20 years. I've started doing this when I was 13, 14 years old. So as I grew up, there's a lot of things that I discovered about myself, about my principles in life, and one of those is the punk lah. So when you talk about punk, what is the first thing that comes into your mind? Loud? Rebellious? Anti-establishment? A nuisance? Public nuisance? So a lot of us have different thoughts about punk. But for me, I've gotten myself into the punk subculture and the punk scene at the age of 12 years old. I met this group of friends of mine in the neighborhood, and we hang out. We form bands. We go to weekly underground gigs. We organize our own gigs in a small studio. We call our friends in just to watch us jam around. Yeah, so that's how I get myself into this thing called punk lah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I'm the frontman of local punk rock band Iman's League. We've been around for 17 years. I've started doing this Iman's League as a solo artist first. So that's the name lah, Iman's League. So a lot of people ask me, why your band have your name? Why? Why not other people's name? Because I started this as a solo acoustic guy. You know, I've played in open mics. I played in even weddings. So after a few years, I decided to get two of my other friends to join me. So instead of changing the name to another band name, which is very, very complicated, you got to start from scratch again, since I already have a few followings. So I decided to just name the band as Iman's League. So for 17 years, we have been known as Iman's League, a 3-piece punk rock band. All the three of us are in our 40s already. The thing about being in your 40s and playing in a band, wow. All three of us have families, we have kids, we have day jobs. We don't do this full time. We cannot afford to do this full time in Singapore. It's so difficult, and I don't bother to try at all. Yeah. So how we go about in our daily life? You know, we go to work in the morning. After that, we come back home. We fetch our kids, and once a week we will get into the studio. We do our practices. We plan what we're gonna do every year. Are we going to record an album? Are we going to release an album? Are we going to go on tour? So that's what our daily routines lah. Yeah. So I'm also right now doing a bit of folk acoustic thing. Actually, I went back to what I've been doing for the past 17 years, going back to just playing the acoustic guitar. Other than writing songs and releasing album, Iman's League also, we have really toured. We have covered most of Asia. We have toured Japan, South Korea, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia and Australia. So this year we actually challenged ourselves to get our music out of Singapore, which is Europe. So I just got back on Monday. We actually went on a 14 days tour in Europe. We covered Netherlands, France, Belgium and also Germany. It was tough because we are no more in our 20s or 30s, you know, when you are in your 40s. You know, last time when we started touring, when we were in our late 20s, you can sleep anywhere. You can travel the whole day, no issues. And the next day, you'll be all pumped up to do a lot of things. But right now, when you are in 40s, we spend a little bit more money for a bit of comfort, you know. Yeah, because for real, last time when we were younger, we used to sleep on kitchen floors. Seriously, kitchen floors. We slept on the tour bus for like 15, 16 hours. But right now, we just can't do it, seriously. So that's why we spend a bit of money on some comfort, you know, book hotels and stuff like that. Yeah, so in 2015, okay, let's talk about the punk music industry first. Punk is supposed to be something that is underground, something that is meant for people who believe in punk. You know, it's not meant for the mainstream. It's not meant for the common people. Alright, we are selfish that way last time. Yeah, but in 2015, we did something that is not punk at all. We actually get ourselves into the mainstream industry. So we actually sent one of our songs to this Anugerah Planet Music. It's a award show for mainstream bands from all over Singapore, Malaysia and Indonesia. And then we were an underground band. We were the so-called, what they call it? No, shit, I forget. I don't know what's the word . We were the unknowns during that time. We were up against big bands from Malaysia and Indonesia. And I do not know how we actually won 2 awards that night, Best Band and Best Song. So a lot of people actually hated us for doing that. You know, because we were up against big names and who the hell is this band? They don't even know how to dress up themselves on stage. I mean, for real, we were wearing something like this on stage, while the other bands were really dressing up like crazy. And then we received a lot of hate mails. We received a lot of hate comments on Twitter, on Facebook, saying that you guys don't deserve this. Who the hell are you guys? You guys are unknown. Why did you guys even win? So we didn't take it seriously. In fact, we make a joke out of it. But the thing about going into the mainstream industry as a punk rock band, I don't know if you guys know this band called Green Day. Everybody knows them. I think they are one of the biggest punk rock band in the world right now. When they first started back in the 80s, and when they stepped into the mainstream industry, they actually got death threats from the people in the scene. You know, telling them, oh no, you are a punk rock band, you shouldn't go into the mainstream. But they don't care at all. They just keep on going. And now they are the biggest band in the world. They are making millions. You know, but still they stay true to their roots. They still sing about anti-establishment. They still talk about the governments. But for me, myself, I don't really write about the government, or I try my best not to touch on politics. Because I'm a school teacher. I'm not supposed to do that. You know, I got to be careful when I post something, when I say something. You know, I really got to be careful. So our brand of music, our songs are mainly more on our daily life, about our family, about our high school crush, you know, that kind of thing. But right now I'm 40 already, so I cannot write about my high school crush. My wife gonna ask me, who this song is for who, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so let's talk about the. All right, the punk scene itself. It was born in mid 1970s, mostly in the UK. You know, bands like Sex Pistols, the Ramones. So I think the early stages of punk rock, yes, they were very loud, they were very aggressive. Their songs are very stripped down and very simple, 3-chord songs. You know, they talk about the government and stuff like that. But in the mid 1970s, this band called the Ramones actually took it to the next level. They no more, they don't really sing about the government anymore. They like what we are doing right now. They are singing about their high school crush. They are singing about life. So the Ramones plays a big part in my influence, in my music influence on punk. Yeah, the Ramones, the Clash, this kind of bands, and even Green Day. So these are the three main bands that actually stepped into the mainstream industry to actually tell the whole world about punk. What is punk all about? Punk is not about spike hairs. Punk is not about the leather jackets. Punk is about your principle in life. Doing something out of the norm. Doing something for yourself to make yourself a better person at the end of the day. In fact, nowadays punk is something that is very, very positive. Punk is something that we accept people from all walks of life. Doesn't matter the color of your skin, doesn't matter your culture, your background. You cannot be a punk if you are racist, you know. You cannot be a punk. You know, you cannot be a punk if you don't accept people from all walks of life. You know, there's also another subdivision of punk which they call straight edge. This is more into the hardcore music scene. Straight edge, if you adopt that straight edge lifestyle, you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't have free sex. So it's kind of a very positive lifestyle that a lot of people during the early stages of punk, people always have these negative things about punk, but actually as it evolved through the years, it becomes something that is positive. To be honest, I learned more in life from punk rather than going to school. I mean, seriously, I know about the whole world politics problem or whatever from punk, not from school. School don't teach you all this kind of thing when you were younger. All right? Yeah, so okay, punk as a rebellion against the norm. You know, you want to be somebody different. You go against the norm. Gender, race, and political voices in punk. Like I said just now, you cannot be a punk if you don't. If you are racist, you cannot be a punk. If you are, if you don't like certain views about other people's lifestyle, you cannot be a punk. All right. How punk become a voice for the marginalized? Yeah. So if you look at it, even people like Bob Marley, you can call him a punk because he is standing up for something throughout his music career. All right. That's why I say being a punk is not about how you dress up or even the kind of music. You don't have to play punk rock music to be a punk. It's all about your mindset and your principle in life, basically. Okay, so I already talked about my early inspirations, my personal evolution as an artist. So when I was younger, when I started playing in bands, of course, I did not start as a punk rocker. I started playing in a metal band, heavy metal. I mean, I was into stuff like Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Metallica, you know. So I was a bass player in a metal band. So as I grew up, as I start listening to more punk rock music, I decided that this is the kind of music that I want to play. I was kicked out of my first heavy metal band because the guy says that my bass line was too punkish. like I was thinking like, why? What do you mean by too punkish? No, your bass line too punky. You play too simple. You are not meant for heavy metal. Okay, fine. So I started off my my own punk band lah. So I started writing song, 3-chord song, 4-chord song, something that is simple, something that is relatable to me, something that is relatable to everybody. You know, at the end of the day, when I write songs, I want my songs to be relatable to everyone, not just for a certain kind of people. I mean, that's my stand on songwriting lah. Right, so like I was talking just now, we've been around for 17 years. We did a lot of tours, we did a lot of recordings. This year we are releasing our 8th album. Yeah, you all know it, recording in Singapore is not cheap, it's very expensive. One full album can cost you almost $10,000 just to produce an album itself. So most of our musicians here in Singapore are DIY. We are not signed with any labels. We don't have any record labels to represent us. We are the songwriters, we are the performers, we are the managers, we do everything lah, in fact. So last week when I was in Europe, our first show in Netherlands, it was organized by another Singaporean guy who actually provided us the venue. So we were actually setting up our own show. We were putting up the amps, the drum set, and then one of our crew were doing the sound. So one of the guy from the venue itself, he's an European. So he went on asking us like, hey, you guys did this on your own? You all got no crew, is it? Yeah, in Singapore we do everything on our own. Reason being is that in Singapore, if you want to get 2 or 3 people to be your crew, to help you out in setting up the shows, you must pay them. That's the problem. Alright, we don't have people who is willingly to go on tour with you without getting any sort of payments. I mean, that is Singapore lah. So that's why we do this on our own. We set up our own shows. It's a different culture back in Europe, where, to be honest, in Singapore, when you play show, very seldom you get paid. Very seldom. Sometimes you get paid a lot. If you play big festival, of course you get paid a lot. Sometimes you don't get paid at all. I can remember my first paycheck, $6. $6. But we are more than happy because that was the first time we got paid. You know, $6 we buy mineral water and that's it. Yeah, so we kind of build up from that. Even at this point of time, a lot of people have been telling me that, hey, your band have been around for 17 years. Why are you guys still playing free shows? Again, it's not about the money. It's that connection between us and the underground scene. We truly understand that there are also independent organizers, gigs organizers, who don't have the budget to pay the bands. They already come out money to pay for the venues, and of course, I'm not going to tell them, hey, you guys, this is my code. I mean, if it is a small show, 30 packs maximum, I cannot give them my quotation. What? How the hell am I going to calculate that kind of stuff? So usually when it comes to small show, we just play the show, 30-minute show, and then we just end of the day just like that. Yeah, so like I was saying, there were a lot of people telling us, hey, you have been in the scene for 17 years, you guys shouldn't be doing this anymore, you guys should be getting paid. So again, it's not about getting paid. Sometimes, of course, when big festival organizer approach us, of course, we give them the code because we know they are making a lot of money. So if I know that the organizer is making a lot of money, of course, I am going to charge you a lot. But if I know that the organizer, the small-time organizer, doesn't make a lot of money, of course, I'm not going to give them my quotation. So it's just our connection with the underground scene. It's not just about playing the show, it's about our connection when we are playing the show with our supporters, with our new friends, our new fans who came down to the show to check us out. You know, especially now at this age, we cannot choose where we want to play. We are getting older. Our music is getting less relevant right now. The new generation bunch of kids are actually moving up. They are playing all sort of music. When now, so punk rock now is considered as classic rock. You know, during my age, classic rock is meant for Guns N' Roses, all the hair metal band lah. When I was younger. But now, if you were to ask the kids who are 20-year-old and above, what is classic rock? Punk rock lah. Punk rock is classic rock. Bands like Green Day, Blink-182 is considered as classic rock really. So we gotta keep ourselves relevant, and we also do not want to change our style of music. That's the thing about us, stubborn old men. A lot of people also keep telling me, hey, you guys should change your style already. Forget about punk rock already. Punk rock is a thing of the past already. You guys shouldn't be playing punk rock anymore. But no, being stubborn old men, we still want to play punk rock. I think it has become our identity. When you talk about punk rock in Singapore, I'm honoured to say that when people talk about punk rock in Singapore, they always remember Iman's League as one of the, not top lah, I mean, oh, punk rock in Singapore, Iman's League. I mean, that is something that I'm very proud of. Again, we know that we don't make a lot of money out of this. In fact, when we go on tours, in fact, we come out a lot of money, actually. We didn't make a lot of money. But again, sometimes we do get help from government bodies like NAC, National Art Council. They give us, you know, of course, you need to come out with a proposal, you need to come out with your budget, and then they will help you out. But again, it's not 100% funded. Sometimes they only give you like 70% or 50%. The other 50% you need to come out of your own pocket. Yeah, so it's just basically the love of it lah, the love of playing music and sharing your music worldwide. I have got 5 minutes left. Yeah. Okay, so how punk speaks to today's issue? Okay lah, to be honest, the world is a crazy place right now. A lot of things are happening. How do we speak to today's issues? Again, like I say, we don't dare to touch on politics because of my job. But at the same time, we want to keep our music positive. We want to sing about positivity in life. So, I mean, that's how we actually speak to today's issues. A lot of people right now are very miserable. A lot of things happening. So, instead of writing negative music, might as well write positive music. Keep people happy. My views on punk versus pop culture. Punk and pop, it doesn't sound right? But nowadays there this music genre which is called pop punk. So where they add elements of pop and elements of punk rock. So if you guys want to know more about it, you can check out bands like Neck Deep, New Found Glory. These are the bands that actually fuse pop and punk rock. My views on pop punk, nothing against it. I love pop punk. It's not wrong if you want to take your band one step higher. You want to go mainstream. You want to let the whole world know about your bands. You want to make money out of punk rock. I mean, there's no issue about it. But like I say, here back in Singapore, we just cannot do it lah. Global punk scene, DIY in non-Western context. Let's talk a bit on the Asian DIY context lah. So Asian bands, like I said just now, we are independent bands. We don't have any record label representation. We book our own tours. Speaking about that, the previous European tour, I took 2 years to book all the shows. And I sent almost 200 emails to organizers, to labels, just to get our name into Europe. Out of that 200 emails, I only get 15 replies in that 2 years. So I understand that because this is our first time into Europe, not many people knows us. It took me 2 years. It's really a lot of hard work. There's a lot of planning going on. And it's because it's our first time in Europe, we did not have a tour van. And I found out that there was a big mistake, not having a tour van. Because we were traveling across Europe via train. So we toured Japan a lot of time. So you know Japan train system are wonderful, right? So we always thought, oh, then Europe should be better lah. Apparently, no. We missed a couple of trains. So the thing about the trains in Europe, if you miss one train, you need to wait for the next 1 hour. And then we were lugging all our guitars, our drums, our backpack into the train. So when you get into the train, there were no space for your luggage, right? So we were putting our luggage at the next seat beside us, and a lot of people were looking at us. You know, another funny thing happened. We finally managed to rent a car in Germany. We booked the car. We went over to the car rental place. We proudly show off our international driving license. And then the guy asked me, where is your physical license? So in Singapore, we don't use physical license already, right? We use our SingPass. Then my drummer took out his phone. This is my physical license. No, we don't use that. So in Germany, they are still using the physical license. So end up, we didn't collect the car. End up, we spent the rest of the tour taking trains and hitching a ride from other bands, cramping into a very small car with all our gears and stuff like that. But then again, it was a very cool experience lah. To be honest, in Asia, we are very pampered. Everything is provided to us. When you go to a venue, you got the drums, you got the amps, you got the microphone. Everything is going to be provided to you. But in Europe, it's a totally different thing. You get into the venue, the stage is empty, nothing. So you go and figure out your way lah. You go and rent, or you go and borrow from other bands, whatever, as long as you get to play that night. Yeah. So again, my last slide. This is my final words lah. I was raised on punk rock, no judgment, just truth. I'm older now, but my core hasn't changed. Punk is not about what you wear or how rebellious you are. Punk is having your own identity, dreams, aspirations, and working towards achieving it. So at the end of the day, I can say that, how do I put it? I have never dreamed of being a full-time teacher. Before this, I was a lorry driver. I was a janitor in a school. I did a lot of odd jobs before I come across into teaching. But I don't know, something tells me to work my ass out to be something that I have never dreamed of. Being a teacher in Singapore, it pays okay lah, you know, as compared to the jobs that I took last time. So again, I am here, I am what I am now because of the punk mentality that I've learned throughout the years. If it's not for punk, I don't think I will even be here talking. And this is my first time talking to a big crowd. Seriously, I know I screw up a lot of things. Like I said just now, even at work, I try to avoid presentation, and this is the first time I'm doing this. So I hope you guys gain some insights on the punk rock scene in Singapore, and if you can be kind enough, right, you all can take out your handphone, go to our Instagram and follow us lah. Yeah, so we are on Spotify, we are on Apple Music, we are on Bandcamp, so you want to listen to our music. And tomorrow we'll be performing at this 100 Bands Festival at Tampines Hub. Our Tampines Hub, you know, there's a big stadium, there's a field there. Yeah, so we will be performing there tomorrow at 9 p.m. And you can check out some other bands. This festival is very unique because it's been going around for the past 3 weeks. Their main target is to get 100 bands to perform. So this week is the closing week, and we are performing tomorrow at 9 p.m. So if you guys are free, want to check out our music, you can just come down to Tampines Hub lah. Okay, once again, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, Creative Mornings. Yeah, thank you so much.